Paul himself says that God was pleased to reveal the first course we did was like introduction to teaching profession, and we were all brainwashed. We were told that teaching is a noble profession, but the reward is in where? It's in heaven. So there is no money, but the reward is in where? In heaven. So we were all brainwashed. But most of the time, once you enter that class of introduction to teaching profession, you do things as a teacher. So when Paul was writing, as a teacher, I saw Paul writing a letter. So automatically I went to see, I saw Paul writing a letter. Then as a teacher, I looked at how a letter looks like. A friendly letter, I also compared with an official letter. I compared, you can imagine how a friendly letter looks like and how a friendly letter looks like. I think most of you have received letters. You can remember the letters you have received. Good and bad. Yeah? You can imagine. I don't want to mention the bad one I've received. Yeah? But sometimes I remember the good ones I've received. Yeah? So a letter is very powerful. A letter is very powerful. Like those of us who grew those days when there were no phones, only letters, yeah? So if you are writing to your loved one, I remember the letter I wrote to my wife, it made her accept me up to now, yeah? Because I used wonderful words, yeah? Yeah? You could use a pen and write like, yeah? Like when I'm sleeping, I see the stars forming your face. Yeah? Yeah? So when you write with a pen, and when she sees that, those words, so Paul writes this letter to the believers who lived in Rome. He wrote to them and he was asking for support. So let us look at this letter that Paul was writing. So we are going to look at this chapter 1 of Romans. So you know a letter has the address. Romans chapter 1, verse 1, Paul is writing the address. Paul, a servant of Jesus Christ, the good news. So it's like he's telling them who he is. Introduce himself. That's his address. I am Paul. I am a servant of Jesus Christ, and I've been appointed. I've been appointed not for any reason, not for any to say good news. He says the good news is about God's Son, and I've been appointed to be an apostle for the good news. So he's like, dear so and so. He's writing to all who are in Rome, those who are loved by God, and they are called saints. Then he comes down in verse 7. He's now passing the greetings. He says, grace to you and peace from God our Father we are dying,